and how to use how to style our GitHub README, our own personal README, the one that people will see whenever they go to our account. So Sheila, you had said you know how to use GitHub.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
How far have you interacted? How long have you interacted with GitHub?
Maybe for I've done it like maybe 3-4 times. Just but that is just uploading, not the like pushing anything, just the normal uploading.
Then that's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if you have never interacted with GitHub, I'd tell you on the if we begin from the top left, moving to the top right and then downwards, GitHub is divided into logical sections that can easily be understood and allow a developer to easily interact with even other developers. So on the top left, we begin with a collapsible navbar, which is shortcuts to all the key GitHub interfaces that we interact with. So there's home, which is what this is. This is GitHub home, where you can find your top repositories, so the highest interaction repositories. You can find an activity stream. So who's following you, if you have new followers, who things you can be interested in. So as you've seen, that is interesting to me, something I look into. It's a self-organizing file system with Llama 3. And then we have this an AWS certificate. It's a pass for an architect associate. And then these are my other followers, some of my friends, followers, friends, and projects they're involved in. If I want to get involved in those projects, I can ask them and yeah, join them for that project. And then that is the activity stream. And then there's this other section. It's a registration. You can get features by GitHub, like GitHub Copilot, all those things, by registering for any of this and succeeding. This is a competition that is going on. It's been updated 7 hours ago. I don't know, I haven't followed it. These are repositories that could be interesting to me. This is a networking one, and this is a security one, and this is it's also a security one by Uber. So that's the dashboard from left to right. And then there's a search bar where you can find repositories, find users, find interesting topics. So if you're interested in anything, you can just type in there. For example, you're interested in security and machine learning. You end up with all this. are topics you can follow, people you can interact with who deal with security, machine learning. You can even view their repositories, you can read their work, you can try and read and prepare yourself for those concepts. And then there's a wiki link for security. There's a sponsor, which are open projects you can participate in, things like that. So this offers you tools that you can use to better yourself with that. This can give you the people you can talk to help improve yourself. And then on this other end, if you go to code is the number of projects that are going on right now that are based on machine learning and security. So you can see all this code was updated and even pushed to GitHub. And then these are the repositories you can interact with. These are the issues you can help solve to try and build up your portfolio and your repertoire when working with GitHub. These are the number of pull requests. So number of people who are collaborating. So you can see this one has 806, this one has 1, this one has 3,000. So all of them are just pull requests. You can sort them on this section. You can decide to save all of them. These are discussions, so topics that people have found interesting, and you can read on them to help you get an overview of what your topic is concerned with. And then this is the number of users who are majorly focused on security and machine learning. So you can see all of them. It can also be your sponsors. So you've seen the sponsor tag has been active since we started pull request discussions and users. You can go to more, which are commits. These are the number of people who have changed, number of changes that have happened in the space, in the security and machine learning space. There's no packages that are available. There's wikis, which is information on how to machine learn and security, or security, adapt machine learning security or adapt security for machine learning. And then these are the topics. It's just one topic by AWS. And this is a marketplace, which is where you can find packages that you can install to help you improve how you work with machine learning and cybersecurity. But then if you go back to the repositories, we can see here at the bottom, there's these things. So what these things are the languages that are used for machine learning and cybersecurity. So Jupyter is a Python environment to write Python code that looks like written notebooks. So when you're writing notebooks in classes or in the past, you used to have like a heading, you have a short description, and then you have your code at the bottom. So this is how their code looks like. I can show you an example. So let's go with that. And the images. No. I don't know where they put the IPNB, so let's go back so that we don't get too lost. Yeah, so that is an example of workspace in Jupyter. There's workspaces in Python, there's workspaces in pure HTML. So this would be someone's profile that they have updated and they want you to see them. This is JavaScript that this and this go together. And then there's Java. So this is this is for bootable machines. So like your computer, your phone, if you're using an Android phone. Yeah, and then this is C++, it's for everything. This is text, which is a mathematical notation, so like notes in math or calculations in math, you can find them there. This is C# is for Windows machines, and MATLAB is for mathematical computation, and R is for rendering web pages. Then now we go to this section, which is an add a new context. So I think Sheila has been interacting with this section to create new repositories, to import repositories. So to add code directly, you can do it from here. To work with code spaces, which is an interactive place for collaboration, to work with GIFs, which is an FAQ, frequently asked questions interface, to create new organizations, which is a collection of projects that people are being involved in, and then to create a new project, which is just as the word says, you're developing a new project. Then this section is for the issues. So if you're doing a collaboratory project, you can find issues there. So when your team lead has said that they need you to change something, you'll find your issues raised there. Or if you are asking for help from the internet and from other people in Git, you'll find responses there. Pull requests are for collaboration, like in a team sense, where picture a situation where back in school where you had a lecturer bring an exam to class, and then they tell you answer the questions as well as you know, and then pass the papers back to the front. So what a pull request is the act of the lecturer giving you your papers, and then you finish editing your paper, and as you're submitting, that is a pull request. So a pull request is this action of submission after changing, so that the team lead can assess your work and validate it for to be incorporated into the overall project. And then in here you have the unread notifications, so updates that are happening, challenges that are happening, and things like that. And this is the other sidebar that we have on GitHub. So on this sidebar, you have a set status. It's just like WhatsApp status. I don't know if you guys still use it. And your profile, you can add an extra account to your GitHub. These are your repositories. Repositories are the filing cabinets of your work. They have the folders that you developed, the files that you used to develop those folders. They can be found here. Your projects, which are the collaboration work that you're doing at the moment. Your Copilot, which is your assistant to help with coding problems and developing software. Your organizations, which are the teams you're in. The enterprise is a collection of similar teams together. Your stars, which are things that you've shown interest in. Your sponsors are people you're working with and people who you're working with in the sense of you contributing to their work. So those are your sponsors. Your guest is the pros you've raised on GitHub. Upgrade is to convert your account to Pro. Enterprise is when you want to have a collection of organizations and all those things into one organization, individual projects, and collaboration projects. They can be found there. Feature preview is, say you're a GitHub developer, you can experience the new features earlier than the rest of the people. That is for settings. So if you're ever going to be uploading anything to GitHub, that's when you come to this. And then this is support. So you can talk to developers of GitHub. And then this is the community. So everyone who's involved with GitHub. We can go to profile and then settings, maybe if time allows. Yeah. So far, is there any question or challenge with that gloss over, what is it called? This is an overview section. So an overview section is what you're looking at right now. Yeah, we shall go through it slowly. There's a repository section, which are the folders that you have developed, and there's a project section, which are projects that you can work with, and repositories are your filing cabinets. So you can see my filing cabinets, how they look like. Yeah, and then I have 55 of them. You can do your projects, so projects you're involved in. I have none at the moment. You can see the packages. So if I'm trying to develop, to contribute and even develop a package and to add a package to my work environment, you can find them here. So this is a package for collaboration on the internet. It creates versions of a main computer on your local machine. So if the main computer of your company would be, say, you've gone to like supermarkets and then wondered why everyone seems to have a similar interface when they are checking out. That can be a Docker instance. So they have a main computer, say, in their head office, and then there are instances for each of the warehouses. And that is achieved through this. You can also contribute to this project if they allow you. You just have to read the README on contribution. This is for people who are into data, so you can interact with that. This one is for managing open source projects, so projects that are free to contribute to on the internet. So like most programming languages are free to contribute to. There's apps like Firefox are free to contribute to. Apps like operating systems like Linux systems are free to contribute to. So you can use this to help you with contribution to that. This one is for people who use this programming language to try and help them to make their programming easier. This one is for people who like to use JavaScript. So anytime you interact with a website, it tends to be written in JavaScript, except the newer ones. New ones can be written in Dart, which is a programming language. You can look into them if you ever are interested in developing websites. And then these are containers, which are instances of this. So that's where you can find that. And stars are things that a person is interested in. So In my case, I'm interested in a project my friend has been doing. I'm interested in machine learning. This is a Llama. Llama is like ChatGPT, but a free version. These ones are projects that are iterating, so they keep progressing very fast, very rapidly. And yeah, so those are the things I'm interested in, and this is a new programming language that people will be using shortly. So back to overview. Inside overview, you have on this right a permanent profile picture, username, and the ability to edit your profile, and then the badges you have earned since you started using GitHub. And then on this section, you have an introductory README. So it's usually labeled your username /readme.md, and it's just information on who you are and what you're interested in, where you are at the moment, how people can contact you, things like that. And then these are my popular projects, so people find them interesting and they like reading through them. And this is a tracker. So when your potential employer wants to assess you for how much you are interested in whatever you've claimed to be interested in, they'll come to look into this, and then they can check which were the days you're very active, where are the gaps, and then they can ask you what were you doing this time, things like that. And then this is a contribution activity tracker, so what you've done and how many times you've contributed to a project. And then that is majorly everything on the overview. Yeah, so considering the low project I want to start a new project in a concept I'm interested in right now. So do I have it? I have business. Okay, so I want to start a new project in business intelligence. So that is information on how to improve your business through data. So I'd come to repositories, and then I'd type business. Business intelligence. It's something I'm interested in. And then my description will be helping business improve the amount of the so it's a short description that people can read and either be interested and click into it. So it's like clickbait on YouTube, where people write a short description of what their YouTube is about, and then you can decide to watch or read on that. So this is a topic I'm interested in. This is a short description for that. I want it to be public so that everyone can see. If I put it on private, it's just viewed by me until I decide it can be public. And then I can decide to add a README. So I can add a README there. And do I need a git ignore? Maybe. So I'll leave it as none at the moment because I'm not uploading anything at the moment except maybe improving the README. And then do I need licenses? So in the licensing section, an Apache license tends to be attached to developments that are associated with the Oracle system, a GNU, GNU. Public license is for general development. So if you're doing something that is general, so like a portfolio, you'd put a new license if you want to people to contribute to that project. An MIT license is basically for academic projects. So if you're doing a project for your class, you can put an MIT license on it. Then there are these BSDs. I've never figured out what they are involved in. I'll look into that. And then there's boot software license. So this is for the open source license for basic software development. Creative Commons is basic software, but for everyone. Eclipse is also basic software for everyone. This is another new license, new public license. So this one is a better, is the older version of this, but people tend to still use it because it was very abstract in how strict it was for people to contribute to it. And then this is a version 2.1, so an iteration of this to this, and then this, and then this is a new one. And then Mozilla license is for development of interactive browsers and all those things. And then an unlicensed is, say, you don't want to claim anything that you have written. So that is like saying on parking lots, park at your own risk. So that is what unlicensed tends to be. And then I can create that repository. So to create that repository, I'd come onto code, and then I'd copy this. And then once I've copied that, there's an executable that is called GIT, which is a version control system. You I don't know if today is the day you'll be learning. There's a class you'll be learning about GIT and how to use it for version controlling your project. But once you've copied to clipboard here, you can go to your local machine and type is it 120 meters. So you can type, say, give me a moment. Where is it? So okay. Yeah, sure. And then you can create so CD means change directory to documents, and then change directory to, and I'm going to create a new document called sorry, I'm going to check the documents I have, and then there's a document on personal challenges, is this too. So I want it to be inside here. And then I want to call to check again. So to check on Windows, you type that. To check on MacBook, you type what is it called? It's not PWD, it's ls. We're going to check on that, but then I'm going to check on my Windows machine, and then I'm going to check into business intelligence, and then I'm going to git note. I'm initializing a local repository, and then after I initialize a local repository, I add whatever this version, this one of business intelligence, I want it to be added. The business intelligence thing we created online, I want it to be added to my local machine. So on my computer, I want a version of it. And then I add an origin, and then that, and enter. And that's it. You've connected whatever is here with whatever was on the internet. So that is how you connect those two. And then during a lesson on Git, you shall be taught how to use Git commands to track the versions of your computer and or the versions of your project. And then once you track them, you can upload them. But then before upload, you have to come back to the settings sections I had told you. So in the settings section, you scroll down to the bottom. There's developer settings. And inside the developer settings, you need to generate access tokens. So access tokens is what GitHub has started using in 2018. No, 2018 instead of passwords, because people would get your password and then start being malicious in your project. But then with access tokens, they're so long that it takes a long time to try and hack them. And they give you the same protection as a password. And once you've set a token, if the token time expires, so that's where you access your token. So you can see I have one token right now. It's going up to August. So after August, no one who has access to any of my computer or a computer I have owned can be able to access my GitHub until I authorize it and develop a new token. So that is why you can generate it here and then label it. So I labeled mine school. I gave it access to all this. These are accesses I've given it. It's a very intuitive system. I'm refraining from developing a new one because it's risking access to more accounts, but let me show you. I'm developing a classic token. Oh, this is an issue. To use passkeys, you need to connect your device to another device via Bluetooth, and that is a very security focused system. So that is generally where you access it, and it has access. You can just select this. There are checkboxes. You can select the checkboxes, select all of them, and then upload them. You'll be given a token, copy paste it, and then once you're uploading your work from your local machine towards GitHub, it will prompt you to enter an authorization token, and then you paste that information there, and you won't need to monitor that until it expires again. So that is how you connect GitHub, the online website, to your own local machine.